Okay, this time I've got a round ball in my fowler, so I'm loaded up for deer and hog. Coming out, there's a cold front pushing through today, and the wind started to pick up a bit. Temperature's starting to drop a little, not like it's snowing or anything, but it's cooling off a bit. Wind may be picking up a little bit too much at the moment for deer and hog. They may be laying down, so the hunt may be kicked off a little bit early today. Get back to base camp. I did have to make some meat on an earlier hunt. I got a little bit of rabbit in the cooler, thawing out. So we may cook that over some bay and some oak. While I'm walking around a little bit, we'll come across some plants of note and interest. I'll turn you on to them. Okay, and just so you can kind of see the area that we're hunting. This is the tomato grade area called the Corbett area here in South Florida. That's the road I'm walking down. It's been my experience from walking and hunting afoot that game tends to, especially when it comes to hogs, they like to root down in this stuff here. You'll see them rooting and wallering, especially wallering. And so along the roadside, you can be pretty effective along a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. Not to mention that deer and other critters do tend to also use these roads for transport, not just folk. So anyways, we're walking about right now, and we'll see what we pick up, and maybe I'll bring the camera back on. All right. Okay. This is some of what I was talking about. This is some of the rooting that hogs will do. They'll turn up the earth looking for grubs and such, and they can really tear up an area. This is older rooting. Like a little canal, little drainage bit alongside the road I'm walking. But they do tend to, there's the road. They do tend to go along. This is more in the early mornings. They'll like to cruise by these areas and root. But it is one viable way to find hogs. So we'll see if we get one this weekend. If not, we'll also go after some squirrel as well. So, alrighty. Okay, here's a little bit more rooting, or rooting as we call it around here. Going up inside of the cabbage palms, palmettos, and they've further torn this ground up. Make a real good rotor if you're looking for one. Okay, let's see what else we can find. Okay, walking along canal bank here, and happened to stumble across this little fella. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's a baby gator. He's a little small for eating, so we'll leave him be. Let him grow up, be nice and fat. But they're an interesting little critter. He is probably about 2 foot long, maybe 2.5. But neat little feller. Alright, say goodbye. Go back to our hunt. Okay, well, went out with the fowler, loaded the .600 round ball like I was talking about earlier. Sitting there waiting, sitting up in my little kill spot I found, and sure enough, here comes a nice small herd of hogs. I was getting ready to pick one out when all of a sudden the burglar alarm went off. For those of you who aren't familiar with what the burglar alarm is, it's the other dreaded ninja squirrels. And gave away my position. The hogs and immediately skedaddled while the the offending party decided to sit there in the tree and continue to bark at me. One good thing, in case people are curious about whether the .600 round ball coming out of a smooth bore flintlock is accurate or not, well, normally I don't do this. I'm not one for what some may refer to as barking a squirrel, but it will do the job. It will most definitely do the job. And this one wasn't barked, I did hit him. I'm not going to show you the cavity because it's kind of large. Hopefully, I don't think it destroyed too much meat. That's one thing I'm really got a pet peeve with, is meat destruction. Anyways, I think the rest of the day, since it's pretty much shot on getting a hog early in the morning, we're going to go to the offending ninja squirrels, I think, for the rest of the day. So I'll head back to base camp and get my shot pouch, and we'll do some squirrel hunting. Okay.